Hey everyone, welcome back to Notice This. I'm Kat, and this is the show where I break down construction law so you can protect your money without having to fall asleep. This week we are heading up north, land of 10,000 lakes, hot dish, and surprisingly strict lien deadlines. So we are going to Minnesota. So if you're a contractor, subcontractor, or supplier working in the North Star state and you like getting paid, which I assume you do, this episode is going to be for you. Because Minnesota does not play when it comes to mechanics liens. And if you miss a step, your lien rights will melt faster than snow in April. So let's get into it. I'll start with some good news first. Minnesota gives lien rights to basically everyone. General contractors, subcontractors, material suppliers, equipment rental companies, laborers, and even architects and engineers. Basically, if you permanently improved real property and if you weren't paid, you may have lien rights. But, and that is a big but, Minnesota loves notices and deadlines, which brings us to the part that trips people up constantly. If you're a subcontractor or supplier and you do not have a direct contract with the owner, you must serve a pre-lien notice within 45 days of first furnishing labor or materials. Not 46, not around 2 months, not we'll get into it. No, 45 days. And here's the kicker. If you miss that 45-day window, you can lose your lien rights for work provided before the notice. And 45 is a lot of days, so just send the notice. Now, if you are the general contractor with a direct contract with the owner, you're not off the hook either. You typically need to include the lien notice language in your written contract. And if you do not have it in that, then you need to send the preliminary notice within 10 days of agreeing to work. Moral of the story, if you start work in Minnesota and you haven't sent the notice yet, you need to stop what you're doing, check your calendar, and send the notice out. So let's say you did your notice correctly. The clock starts ticking yet again. You must file your lien statement within 120 days of your last day furnishing labor or materials. That is 4 months. Not from when you invoiced, not from when payment was due, from your last day on the job. And Minnesota courts are very literal about your last day. So warranty work usually doesn't extend the deadline. Minor punch list visits won't save you either. So don't try and get cute with it because it won't work out. Minnesota also cares deeply about paperwork being done correctly. Your lien statement needs the amount claimed, first and last dates you worked, a legal description of the property, the owner's name, your information, a statement that required notice was given, like the preliminary notice, and after you record it, you must serve a copy on the owner. And if any of this is wrong, your lien can be challenged. And trust me, owners in Minnesota will challenge it if they can. So just make sure everything is compliant. Here's something people forget. Filing the lien is not the end. You have yet another timeline. You must enforce the lien, meaning start a foreclosure lawsuit within 1 year of your last furnishing date. And if you don't, the lien just expires. Just like that. So filing it and then seeing what happens for 2 years is not a strategy. It's a big mistake. Now, if you're working on a public project, so city, county, state, you cannot file a mechanics lien against the public property, which is like every state. Instead, you pursue a bond claim against the payment bond. So different process, different deadlines, but still very important. Always check if a payment bond exists before assuming lien rights apply. Let me rapid fire the biggest mistakes I tend to see. Waiting too long to send the 45-day notice, miscalculating the 120-day filing window, using the wrong last work date, forgetting to enforce within 1 year, and filing for more than you're actually owed. Minnesota courts are not fans of exaggeration, so keep it accurate and documented. Minnesota might be nice and all, but its lien law is not forgiving. So if you follow the notice rules and respect the deadlines, you have a very powerful protection tool. And if you ignore them, well, enjoy chasing invoices the old-fashioned way, because it just doesn't work like that anymore. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share with your construction crew. As always, hope is not a strategy, and I'll see you in the next state.